All right, good afternoon, beautiful people. Go by the names of Brian, and I'm so excited to be here once more again. And I always come to you when I feel like there is something to address to you, to address to the world that is going to help us enhance our lives. That is my key point right here. And today, just like any other days, I just have something that is boiling in my head that I thought I should share with you. Whoever is going to be watching this one, I hope it becomes a blessing. It can change your life. It can change your friend's life. You can pass it to a relative, to a friend, to an in-law, to our neighbor, whoever needs it. Yeah, this is the information that I believe is going to change our generation and generations to come after us. We have gone. Anyway, today, just want to talk about the power of addiction. Yes, because I think many of us do underestimate what addiction can cause to our lives and how it can be so harmful, not only us, but even to our surroundings, to the circles, to the family, to the people around us and all that stuff. And it goes up to a nation level. It can go up to a nation level. So I just want to briefly break it down for you guys who are watching me for the very first time. I'm so excited to know that you're watching this, and please make sure you subscribe of my channel. Just hit that subscribe button, or you can as well give me a thumbnail, and you can get down, comment on the video, or better still, you can give in your view or anything that you would love us to discuss about on our next video. I'm Ryan Beats, and I'm so excited to be speaking to you guys, whoever is watching it right about now, whoever is watching this video. Anyway, addiction. How should I start addiction? Let me briefly try to define addiction. As in a layman's language, addiction is a relentless urge, that comes upon your life. Something that you cannot control. Something that you just feel you can't do without. Yes, it can be anything. Sometimes not necessarily it has to be a bad thing. It can be anything. It can even be food. It can be even be TV, whatever it can. But remember, we have all 24 hours in a day, and we have to divide that time equally so that we can be able to progress in life. Remember, whatever you use your time for, that is exactly what you're going to reap tomorrow. If you use it for nothing, you will definitely reap nothing. If you use it for passive leisure, you're definitely going to get things that are passive. So if there is that thing that has been occupying most of your time, and it is persistent, and you just don't have a control about it, then that is qualifying to be an addiction. So it necessarily not have to be a bad habit, like most of you think that probably have to be an alcoholic, I have to be a smoker, I have to be a sex addict or whatever. It can be anything. You can be addicted to anything. Yeah. So like I said, it's a relentless power over you, or urge over you for something, that relentless urge. And then how can this develop into a habit? First, there must be somewhere where you got it from. There must be somewhere you got it from. Before it became an addiction, it was just a tryout. It was just a tryout before it even became an addiction. You saw it somewhere, and probably you thought you could give it a shot. And giving it a shot, you started giving it a couple of shots, and then it turned into a habit. And then after turning into a habit, then it becomes an addiction. And after it becomes an addiction, then it's a character. That's why people that smoke frequently are called smokers. That's a character. An alcoholic is called he's called an alcoholic because he drinks a lot. a sex addict is called an addict because he loves sex a lot. So that's how it starts, but it has to be somewhere. It must have started somewhere. Probably you saw it on the TV, or through a friend, through a bunch of people you are hanging out with, and so on and so forth. That's how it all comes. But then remember, there is one thing I want to pass on. Whatever thing in life you give yourself to will have control over you. Whatever thing, be it good or bad, whatever thing you give yourself unto will have control over you. Take for instance, if you give yourself too much to God, definitely God will control your life, will control all your decisions, and whatever you do, you'll always cling to the word of God. But if you give yourself to alcohol, whatever you do, you always make sure you save time for a glass. You save time for a puff if you're a smoker, whatever it is. So there is energy in whatever you give yourself to. Actually, whatever you give yourself to, you give it energy to control you. You give it energy. So that's why even today we have a lot of socialites. It's because we give ourselves to them. We subscribe to them. So we give them power for nothing. They absolutely do nothing, but we give them that power. That's why I'm trying to show you right here. So you have to be very careful on the things you give yourself to, or things you give your life to, because little do you know that you're giving them power over you, to control you. You have to choose wisely what you give. And there is no one in this life that is going to be independent, that is going to stand on his own. You always have to subscribe to something. You always have to give yourself to something, dedicate your time to something, or dedicate yourself to something. But then the thing is, what do you dedicate yourself to? What do you dedicate yourself to? Because whatever you dedicate yourself to, or you give yourself to, you will definitely even give it the power to control you. If it is hard work, then that means you'll not have time for other people. If it is family, whatever you give yourself to, that's why it's too important to balance life and balance your time, and know and choose wisely what you subscribe to. Because at the end of the day, life is made so fair that